Good morning,
Bird.
NBA basketball fans. Welcome to another episode of NBA Central. You already know it's your boy Big Bro. We got Steve O in the building. We had two good games last night. We got two big ones tonight. We're gonna talk about all of that right on the other side of the intro.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
And what's good, basketball fans? We appreciate y'all for rocking with us today. Why is it the wrong logo? Let me fix that real quick. That's irritating. There we go. Bow. Hey, listen. We got two huge games tonight, but before we get into that, we got to talk about what James Edward Harden Jr. decided to do against against the Boston Celtics in Boston last night with no Joel Embiid. Of course, this is NBA Central. If you like what you see here, go ahead and hit that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, all those buttons. Look at this guy, man. This man went out there. Joel Embiid didn't play, but Maxey and James Harden decided they were going to do everything they could to win that game, and Boston did everything they could to help them win that game. What's your thoughts, Steve O, on the game last night between Boston and Philly?
I'm trying to figure out did Doc Rivers say, "Hey Harden, we need that Houston Harden tonight," because
Something.
that's what we saw, and you do, and that's what we needed out of Harden. I think that was one of the biggest gripes out of Harden. When you got a second superstar on your team and he go down, you need to step up. And 9 times out of 10, he don't be stepping up. So this was a good sight to see him being playoff Harden, dropping 45, coming in with Maxi behind him, and just doing what a superstar supposed to do. Another superstar on the team supposed to do. You supposed to step up when your man's is down and elevate the team. And I know how much I hate I be giving Harden, but one thing I seen at the end of that game that made me gain a lot of respect for him. That game ended. They was clapping, high fiving. He said, "Hey, take y'all go to the locker room. This is one game." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "That's what I'm talking about."
Got to
He
like
understand the moment.
Bobby say, got to be even keel. You can't get too high, can't get too low. Uh, man, what's wrong with the Boston Celtics, bro? Like, you saw it at the end of the Atlanta series. Even though they went ahead
Intensity,
and
bro.
they took care of business in five, I believe, against Atlanta. But or
Uh-huh.
no, it was six actually, if
Six,
I'm not
six, six.
mistaken.
Yep.
And Atlanta had an opportunity to force Game Seven, but Boston went ahead and took care of business. And here they go tonight, last night, struggling against Joel Embiid list Sixers squad, and they let old man Harden reach back into time and go off on him. And you just didn't really have much from Tatum again, especially down the stretch. It didn't look good. They had a crazy turnover that led to Philly taking the lead. Tatum did his thing, of course, with 39 points, 14 to 25 from the field. Jaylen Brown was a little bit more subdued. He only took 10 shots. And then Malcolm Brogdon did I, but the rest of these guys, not so much, man. Um, and they lost this game shooting 60% from the field, bro. 60% from the field. They didn't turn the ball over much. It looks like they just didn't play good defense. And then the turnover that they did have doomed them last night.
Yeah. And I don't know if I haven't been seeing Grant Williams. I don't know if you haven't, but I feel like he not being Grant of old. Cause Grant was a big piece of especially that bench and just the intensity all around. He was making big shots last year. I don't know what's going on with him or if he's just not playing that much, but I didn't see him do anything last night. I
He
don't know if he's
didn't.
hurt.
He played 4 minutes.
Like what's going on with that?
I
I'm
have
not understanding that. It just like I said, this is my question with Joe Mazzulla. It's like, yeah, they're running the same type of like offensively, like play, like they're offensively sound. It's just that defense and intensity is not how it was when Ime Doka was there, and I think that was the main problem with them. On top of that, you're not getting the same production out of Grant Williams or Al Horford or even Time Lord. To be honest with you,
Yeah, you're not gonna get a you're not gonna get too much from Al Horford.
I
Um,
mean, I mean, they got a quite deal. Like I mean, he didn't have a terrible game last year. I mean, last night, but like, I'm really more concerned with Grant Williams because
Hmm.
if Grant was just to put up eight, 8 and 5, that could have helped.
Yeah, it seems like anything could have helped, but that turnover, bro, like I can't even believe it. And then they didn't even get a shot off at the end of the game, to try to at least get the tie. It just was bad down the stretch, man. Like you in the playoffs, you just can't have that many brain cramps and expect to defeat a
Yeah,
team that was already
it was a 6-16 in turnovers.
and then it was 12-4 run in the last 3 minutes of the game for Boston to go ahead and
Can't
lose.
have that.
Yeah, you can't have that, and a lot of that turned out to be because of them just giving the ball away. All right, so moving on. We'll talk about those guys later because they got a game 3 situation coming up, I believe
Facts.
on Wednesday. But we got the
Yep.
Nuggets and the Suns in game 2. Man, this one was a surprise. Like I expected Phoenix to win this game, but that boy Nikola Jokic came out and said, "Look, I
Bro.
don't care what y'all talking about." And KD was off. That dude was
Yeah,
off
he
yesterday.
was super off, and he tried to get it on towards the end, but it was just too late. You let Joker get in the rhythm, and Joker, bro. Like I said, if you a basketball fan, last night was a night to watch because I thoroughly enjoyed that game. I was sitting there just, I ain't gonna lie, it was a nice 10 minute mark, not 10 minute mark, but it was 10 minutes where I was just looking at Joker feet. I was just paying attention to his footwork because his footwork was crazy. Who It was a move he did against Aiden. He was in the pivot. He was jab step. He did it in a circle. He went around trying to find, and then soon it was like 4 seconds on the clock. Drop, spin, layup. I was
Hmm.
like, bro, this man
Yeah,
is ridiculous. But yeah,
I think Joker
it,
had 29 in the second half,
yep,
39 overall, 16 rebounds, 17 for 30 from the field. And on a night where Michael Porter Jr. didn't have it and Jamal Murray definitely didn't have
he
it.
was struggling, bro.
3 for 15 for him, 0 for 9 from the three. It just didn't look good for the Nuggets. I figured that the way those other two guys are playing, the others, the ones that need to show up, I felt like Phoenix was going to get the win. But when you have Kevin Durant struggling the way that he did, going 2 for 12 from three, 10 for 27 from the field, and yesterday we talked about how both him and Booker needed to go for 30 plus to get this win, and Booker did his job. He
Yep.
was 35 points, but KD did not, and as a result, you're not going to get many wins when you got Kevin Durant missing as many shots as he missed yesterday.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he was struggling, and one thing I noticed toward the third, they was trying to make a little surge to come back, but they just started that. And they started that fourth terrible, bro. They started off nine. It was a 9-0 run for like until like the 7 minute mark, and like even on the Denver side, even Aaron Gordon stepped up a little bit, so he
Hmm.
helped out a little bit, but. Of course, I feel like Chris Paul leaving the third with a growing injury affected them somewhat. I don't think it affected them too much, but it did affect them. You losing a point guard, but my main issue was Aiden, bro. Like Aiden,
He
you
looks
you,
shookish.
it's not even look shook up. He just don't. It's a lot of times where he's out there and he just look lost. Like he
Yeah,
just looked disengaged and everything. Like you can't be almost 7'1", 290 pounds, and you tipping the freaking rebound like it's a volleyball. Like, bro, go
yeah.
get the rebound.
Grab the
Like,
ball.
grab the
Grab it.
ball, take it back up. You probably dunk it more harder than anybody in the league. But when it comes to everything else, you want to be soft with it or timid. You can't be timid in the playoffs, bro. You didn't had 2 playoff series where we didn't last year that you was timid in. Like it's
Now,
time.
losing Chris Paul definitely did hurt because he was a +8, and he was definitely moving that ball around. He had 6 assists before he went down, 5 rebounds, so he was doing everything that he could.
And only
Um,
4 points off the bench. That's
Yeah, their bench has been abysmal. It's been terrible. Damian Lee 0 for 5, didn't do anything but just jack up shots and miss all of them. Cameron Payne 1 for 7, same thing. Torrey Craig over 2, and then Biombo had that one layup. He did
yeah.
have 4 rebounds, so his plus minus wasn't as bad as these other guys. But the whole bench was negative on the plus minus. Phoenix, they're not getting much from their bench. They didn't get enough from KD, even though he played 45 minutes. That's not going to cut it. And of course, Chris Paul
Hey,
has
bro,
his yearly playoff injury. That's just sucks.
right, bro. It just look like just looking at what like is T.J. Warren, Terrence Ross, and Larry Shamet not playing. Why?
Landry Shamet definitely should be out there. I don't understand
Why?
why these guys aren't
like that
playing.
makes no sense. You who is and no disrespect, but who is what Ishmael Wine White? Who is that?
Wainwright. I don't
Like
know.
I kept seeing him last night. I was like, who is 12? Like who is that?
He the
I've
he,
never seen him this whole season.
he the Appa Boppers. Y'all know how we feel about 12.
Go to the next one.
All right, man. So it's crazy, bro. We got before we move forward, man, tonight we got two games tonight. Bron and Kirby facing off in the playoffs again, and then of course we got the Miami Heat. They on fire. Can they keep up their winning ways in New York and defeat the Knicks in Madison Square Garden? But yeah, man, I don't know what Phoenix. I mean, obviously Phoenix when they're going home and they got some work to do in game three. They didn't want to fall down 0-2 because that's difficult in the playoffs, regardless of you got your two home games. Because all it takes is to lose one more game and you're gonna be down 3-1 or
Yep.
3-0. So
Now your
it's
back really against the wall.
yeah, and 3-0 is impossible. 3-1 is practically impossible. So they're gonna have to go win their next two games, really, if they're trying to win this series. Denver is looking to go ahead and put the pressure on these guys in the next game.
Facts.
All
Hey, we
right,
going back to the crib.
all right, we got Wardell, Steph Curry versus LeBron James and the rest of those guys in game one of the Western Conference semifinals between the Golden State Warriors and the LA Lakers. Man, we just gonna get right into it. Who we think we gonna win game one?
I'm gonna shock you. I'm gonna say Golden State.
You got Golden State beating the Lakers. They're at
Yep.
home, ain't they?
Yep.
There you have it. Golden State at home in the playoffs in game one. And I don't know, man. The Lakers, I feel like they benefited from drawing the Memphis Grizzlies, a team that they clearly big brothered all the last couple of seasons.
Facts.
Psychologically, Memphis just wasn't prepared for what they thought they were prepared for. Um, I just don't see the Lakers being the better team in this series. Although Anthony Davis has been hooping, and of course you still got LeBron and D'Angelo Russell been doing his thing. But I feel like the season that Golden State had, they know what's at stake. They should win this game one. They shouldn't be playing around with the Lakers. They should go out there and take care of business at home at least. I got Golden State taking care of business tonight and
For
getting this
sure.
W.
Facts.
Now the next game, Jimmy G Buckets has been dominant this postseason, Brody. He's been dominant this postseason.
Indeed.
Can he and the Miami Heat shock the world and knock off the Knicks again in New York? But hey, because Miami's been winning on the road this entire playoffs. They pulled it off against Milwaukee a couple of times, and right
Mm-hmm.
now they're trying to do the same thing to the Heat. They've already taken to the Knicks. They've already taken a home court advantage. So now we're going to see if they can put their foot on their throats and put them in the 0-2 hole. Who you got tonight in Game 2? The New York
Oh,
Knickerbockers
I,
versus the Miami Heat.
I know I can't say I know. I don't know, but I really don't know because it's three game time decisions. Because Jimmy is a game time decision. Jalen Brunson's a game time decisions, and Julius Randle's a game time decision. So
What what is wrong with um what's wrong with Jalen Brunson? I didn't even know that he
ankle.
got hurt.
He
Oh
been
yeah.
he been dealing with an ankle the whole last lot of the season. To be honest,
Yeah, I don't expect him to sit out. I'm pretty
yeah,
sure Jimmy Butler's going to play. Julius Randle's really the
yeah,
only difference maker.
yeah.
Uh,
So if Jimmy and Jalen playing, I see the Knicks coming out and win this one. I feel like Jalen gonna have a Jalen type game. RJ gonna step up. Um, like I said, we saw a decent replacement in OB Toppin when Randall was gone. So I just feel like a lot of they got the depth. One thing I don't think Hardy played Hart, not Hardy Hart. Josh Hart didn't play as well as he could have. So I think he can step up today. And it's just gonna be one of those games, like like even last game, like every time they thought they had a chance, it was Kyle Lowry. So
Yep.
I'm just expecting somebody that we not expecting to have one of those type games.
You need quickly to step up.
Facts.
You definitely you need coaching to adjust a little bit as
Put
well.
Derek in Tom.
Free D Rose, of course, all day long. But yeah, man, it's gonna be a knockdown, drag 'em out brawl tonight. I think Jimmy and Brunson should play, but if they don't, I don't even think it matters. It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna come down to the end,
Nevertheless,
and I feel like the Knicks should win. Maybe because I want to see them win. Like I don't want to see this second round of the playoffs end too quickly. And right now, these other teams are doing, what they're supposed to do to take the leads. And I want to see game sevens. Really, that's just my mind state in the playoffs. Give me
yeah,
some game sevens. And I need the Knicks to do their job tonight at home. They let us down in game one. Take care of business in game two. Let's get it. So I'm picking the Knicks to win tonight.
facts. Okay, we agree with that.
All right, so y'all already know how we do over here. We're gonna keep it short and sweet. We're gonna be back tomorrow morning. Go ahead and hit us up on all the other Central family. We appreciate y'all for rocking with NBA Central, but we got Chicago Bears Central, Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Sky Central, Chicago Cubs and White Sox Central, and we also got the Cognac Gang Shy Bulls podcast with C-Dub and Bobby. Y'all know how we rock. We got good things in store for you guys. Content every day uploaded on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you find your information, we there for you. You dig?
Bro.
So we're gonna rock with y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.